laughs, a real kid pleaser. Honestly, I thought it said kid pleasure, and I was Joel Siegel. Good Morning America. The U.S. Air Force has a new secret weapon, and he's an 8-year-old. And he's only 8 years old. I messed it up already. From comedy legend John Hughes comes the hilarious action-packed hit that's lots of fun for the entire family. Kids News Network.
Oh, the Kids News Network. That's my favorite news network.
KNN.
This is the weird. All right. A band of international crooks has hidden I'm reading this because it's just reminding me of it. Oh my god. A band of international crooks has hidden a military computer chip inside a toy car, but an airport mix-up, which is really stupid, lands it in the hands of whiz kid Alex Pruitt, Alex D. Linz, who's home alone with the chicken pox in a quiet Chicago suburb. Also Chicago. When the criminals zero in on Alex's house with their high-tech gadgetry, madness and mayhem kick into high gear at this pint-sized damn it, as the pint-sized hero defends himself against the bumbling bad guys, armed with an outrageous array of ambushes and booby traps. 1997, color, 102 minutes.
Okay.
That was as bad as it got.
The bumbling bad guys, not to be confused with the bumbling bandits.
Array of ambushes and booby traps.
Yeah, was there a battery of booby traps? So Rajna Gosnell directs this. He was the editor on the previous two.
I mean, I'm so
we've actually covered 2 of his movies, Jess. Well, not me and you, but on the show. We did the Scooby-Doo films. He directed the live-action Scooby-Doo films.
Oh, I don't think I edited those ones. Wait, I did.
You did the second one.
Yeah.
The second one. So new director, but John Hughes is still writing. And I guess, again, if these films are basically kid Die Hard, I guess he saw Die Hard 3. He's like, I got to switch things up for the third one.
Hey, it's a real kid pleaser.
He didn't switch it up enough, I feel.
Well,
the setup is a little different with the high-tech, spy people.
Yeah.
Look,
That was different.
I told you this. My brother had come downstairs as I'm watching this. No, he wasn't hungover. Anyway, no, he was. But
Okay.
Sorry, Drew. But
Well, now people are going to know that your brother Drew is an alcoholic. Thank you.
no, he's not.
The first step to recovery is admitting you have a problem. Anyway,
He's not gonna
continue.
watch this. If he does, cool. Hi. What was I saying?
Something about the
Oh no, I was explaining the movie to him.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I wouldn't have guessed it was Home Alone 3 because one, the kid's different, but I was explaining to him and I was like enjoying it for some of it, and then I explained it out loud to him, and I'm like, no wait, this is stupid. Because I had to explain that they put a chip into a toy car.
Yeah.
Which, why did they have that?
Okay, so that's basically the plot of El Mariachi.
But this isn't El Mariachi. This is Home Alone 3.
I know. So the plot of you probably know what Desperado is with Antonio Banderas.
Yeah.
You ever see that action movie?
No,
Okay.
but I know it.
Well, that's the American sequel. But the original Mexican film, there's like a plot device where like there's an El Mariachi, a guitar player, and his case accidentally gets switched with an assassin who has a guitar case full of guns. And that's kind of what they're doing in this, where like the toy cars get switched or whatever, the bags get switched, and one has like
bread.
One has bread and the other one has the
Which,
high
how
tech
do you
stuff.
like the one woman who's the crook, she's just like, this isn't it. Meanwhile, the old lady who took the toy car didn't feel how heavy and square it was.
I'm sorry, Alice Ribbons, played by what's her name? Rhea Kizl. I can't pronounce her name. I will say Lenny Von Dolen, the late Lenny Von Dolen's in this, and he was Harold in Twin Peaks. I have to mention when anyone from Twin Peaks is in it.
You love Twin Peaks.
I do love Twin Peaks.
Okay.
He's one of the bad guys.
one
So
who-
I remember when this came out, people were like, "Oh, Macaulay Culkin's on it," which he kind of aged out by this point.
Yeah.
They make it. I'll say this: they make it work for the third one because I'm like, even though it's a good standalone.
They
The
came
only
up
thing
with
that's different is it's Home Alone 3. And
Yeah,
like,
they came up with a good reason for why the kid would be home alone with the chicken pox. Like,
and
I
like
get
he
it.
kept calling the cops, and it was like a false.
Okay,
alarm
so
each
it's
time.
also a remake of Rear Window. I'm sorry, Suburbia, starring Shia LaBeouf. That's also a remake of Rear Window, where like the whole thing is like the guy is stuck home alone. He's like looking through.
Oh yes, I have seen.
He's
that.
looking through a telescope and witnessing crimes, and no
and
one
he's
believes
also looking
him.
at peeping on girls, and then he sees a crime.
Yeah.
He does on the movie.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a good reason for the kid to be home.
It makes
I don't
sense.
hate the kid that
Even though
much.
the mom could just like quit her job. I think her son's a little bit more important.
Look, this was the 90s. She's a 90s feminist career woman. She's not quitting her job.
And she's also a redhead.
Yes.
I feel like every mom in this movie is a redhead.
Yes.
That actually, because I was a bigger Beetlejuice fan, the first two movies always used to trip me up that the mom was nice because she's such a mean mom in Beetlejuice.
That's
It always
she's
used
a
to
great
confuse me.
actress.
Who's on Schitt's Creek?
Is she shit on Schitt's Creek?
I look, my cousin had a Schitt's Creek birthday party, and I was so confused because I don't watch the show. I didn't get any of the references or jokes. But anyway, so I remember when this came out, people weren't excited for it because Macaulay Culkin wasn't in it. I remember watching it. It was like my parents had to go to some party, and all the kids were in one room, and it like just came out on video.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it, and I remember not liking it as much as the first two, but really enjoying it as a kid. You seem like you didn't seem like you liked it going into it.
Kids
You were a
News
little
Network
I had,
liked it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I had a bad attitude going into it because I know it wasn't the first two.
Yeah.
And it wasn't going to live up to the hype. But definitely wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
It's better than
And
the other ones.
It wasn't disappointing.
Yeah, it's again, I'm not gonna
Yeah, I
like
didn't expect it to live up to its hype, but it did fairly well.
yeah, it's got a little bit of a cult following now.
Yeah.
Some people really like Johanna said that she loves it. Joey C, who I don't care about his opinion. Because I kicked him off the
I
show.
care.
I kicked him off the show, and nothing will get Joey C back on the show. I know he loves 3, so there are people who really love.
I
3.
wouldn't. I don't want to say I love it. I mean, it's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would
I
agree
like
with that.
it. It's definitely
but
not the worst.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. The traps were really good in this one.
yeah, they are even more insane than 2.
The bad guys, they're not the same as the wet bandits.
Yeah, and I get
Because
you gotta.
they're supposed to be international crooks, but then right when they get to the neighborhood, they're all goofy. But like at the beginning, they're like super serious and like, oh.
Yeah, I guess
brought
that's one thing you
bread.
can do to make it different. Whereas like the other two were like bumbling idiots. What's it like when like real smart crooks are now being outsmarted?
And then they're
It's not
stupid.
as funny as it is in the
Yeah.
first two. Again, the traps are pretty insane, but some of them are a little
some
ridiculous.
of those people should have
The-
died.
The trampoline one was a little ridiculous.
That one was funny. That
I'm
one,
like,
no,
how
that
did he set that up? Like that seems really hard.
It was funny though. I will say, and they're both freezing there. It was what was it, the wood chipper or something, like the snowplow?
Yeah, doesn't a wood chipper go over a guy or yeah, the
It
snowplow.
gives him a
Yeah.
haircut. No, that should have
There's
fucking.
no blood.
That should have
nothing.
fucking
We should have seen his brain.
destroyed
Yeah.
him. He
Like
should have
that-
been fucking dead.
That graphics guy on YouTube, I would
gore.
like to see that. After that.
I don't know if he did 3. I'm gonna hunt down
Yeah.
those videos. If he
Oh,
did
he
3,
should.
that'd be really
That,
funny.
that lawnmower over the head, that would have been gruesome.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
this isn't really a spoil. I think in Violent Night there was a kill with a wood chipper.
I gotta
or
watch
something.
that one.
It's really
The
good.
yeah, I gotta watch
Oh
that.
my god! Let me just say
Um,
that my dad and I were in the theater. They have a Home Alone sequence in that movie, and let me say it's not like goofs and gaffs. It's like my dad and I were in the theater, like, oh no.
By the way, the most surreal thing, sorry, I'm talking about my good friend Mac again, was when we did the AVGN Home Alone episode and we're like setting up the Home Alone traps like with Macaulay Culkin. I'm like, this feels so weird. I'm like, I never thought as a kid I'd be recreating Home Alone moments with Macaulay Culkin.
Aw.
Were you jealous you didn't get to hang out?
I
Ian?
was jealous because, like, as 4-year-old me, 5-year-old me, that would have been like a dream come true.
At least you didn't text me nonstop. Trisha was screaming at me. She wanted to hang out
I
with him
wasn't
so
part
bad.
of the show yet.
No, you weren't around.
And
There
if I-
was no show yet. Well, Hack the Movie was around, but the podcast version
Yeah.
wasn't.
I would have just been like, please, I didn't make my family jealous.
I think we talked to him about the kid from there. He's like, yeah, I don't have a problem with him or anything. I don't think he cares. But yeah, some people hate it just for that reason. I
Scarlett Johansson's in this.
yes.
She is.
Sorry, that's just I was thinking of like the siblings and the bird, fucking stupid.
And I
bird.
think 7-year-old Tony was like, that girl's cute. Now 34-year-old Tony's like, that woman
girl's
is still a
cute.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still
That's,
really
yeah,
good.
that's what I thought
I
too.
saw Scarlett Johansson, but I did not recognize her until like. Plus,
It took me a second.
his siblings are also just like, "You're a plague, Alex.
Yeah, her really
no
means it.
one likes you." But they like
little
they
bit more
don't even.
vicious.
They're not like just like yelling at him. They're just like, "Yeah, you suck."
We're gonna
They're
be
just like standing in a corner, like Alex. You shouldn't have been born. Fuck
we're,
you.
we're gonna be like
go play with your
destitute
rat,
and poor
Doris.
because of you.
The world laughs, Alex.
You've stained the family name.
Yes.
We're gonna be in New York with pigeons because of you,
The
Alex.
brother's bird is the worst.
Okay,
part
look,
of this.
look.
yeah.
That's not how parrots
I
work.
know. That's why it's annoying.
I'll forgive it in Aladdin, but in this movie, I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry, I can't forgive it.
Wait, the live action Aladdin?
No. Why would I ever reference the live action
Good.
Aladdin?
Good.
No, the real Aladdin, with Iago, voiced by my other good friend, the late Gilbert Godfrey, who I worked with multiple times.
No, I'm just saying the live action
did?
one.
Huh?
You work with Gilbert Godfrey?
Yeah, twice.
Really?
Yeah, one for the Ed Bassmaster TV show, and two for the Angry Video Game Nerd.
No, I didn't know that.
Look, he was still alive. They should have brought him back for the live action Aladdin. Instead, they just did bird sounds. They were
Yeah.
like, "Bah!"
No, they got a good actor to do Iago, and then they didn't let him do we're not talking about that today. You know, it's funny when we filmed.
No, I'm just pissed.
When I filmed the review with Carl from Private Parts, I remember right before that, I'm like, oh, Gilbert Godfrey just died. And then we had to do the whole video thinking about that.
I remember I had to do like an in memoriam.
Yeah, we had to.
And
There
you
was
were-
like a
and you-
moment where like I kept
No, no.
naming people who were dying. I'm like, Jess,
Yeah.
just put an in memoriam for
but it was
anyone
just,
who's
like,
died.
It was you filmed that weeks before like he passed away, and so I just was like, "Oh my god,
You know what the
Tony!
we- you know
Like,
what the
why are we
weird-
doing this?"
You know what the weird one was? When we did Beetlejuice, and I played the voicemail of Alec Baldwin screaming at his daughter from like 2007. I'm like, man, don't make Alec Baldwin angry. And then a week later, he shot that girl.
Yeah.
And people were like, before the details are out, people were like, wow, Tony, you called it. I'm like, I didn't call shit. I'm like, I was making fun of him for something else.
You are just like, let's call out something now. Let's
No,
call out.
I'm
do
not
it.
calling out anything right now.
We can predict the future, guys.
Home Alone 3. Home Alone 3.
In the comments right now, go. Also, dinner.
Shut up. The one thing that really took me out of the movie was the cartoon sound effects.
Yeah, that was brutal.
They went overboard with the cartoon sound effects. And again, the criminals aren't as funny. Actually, the long hair guy's not too bad. He was pretty funny.
Yeah, he like gets covered in shit and then just changes into like a nice suit.
Yeah. He wasn't too bad, but like the main guy is boring, I think.
Yeah, they were lame.
Yeah.
They
and-
almost killed a woman. They put her in the garage, left
That's
the door
like-
open, and
that's
she's
the
like,
thing, so, like-
In the freezing cold.
Yeah, so the first two films go between like being wacky and kid-like, but then also bringing in some serious stuff.
yeah, they almost killed the kid
Ye-
twice. Kevin. I almost
Yeah,
said the
but
kid.
this one, like, it's just that old lady being like held hostage.
Yeah,
and,
because
like,
she's
that's
the one
it.
who took the toy car with the U.S. Air Force chip. That's
Yeah.
so stupid.
And that was their
Stupid.
plan, to kill her, to just leave the door open and hope she freezes to death.
And why would you
Well,
leave this
she
door
was
open?
almost
Like, if
there.
somebody can see her and like save her, like why?
Yeah, I
would
was
you
gonna
shut
say,
the door?
was she like even gagged or anything?
No,
No.
well, no, yeah, she was. She had
Was
tape
she?
over her mouth.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I mean, I feel like I could have like squirmed out of there.
Well, she's
Yeah.
old and fragile and probably senile, so it's fine.
Probably.
Like it's still gonna be really cold in there with the door shut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Garages
so.
don't have heaters. It's freaking
It just
cold.
didn't seem like that good of a method to kill someone. Feels like a lot of things could have went wrong. Someone could have peeked in and be like, "Oh shit, there's an old lady."
That's
tied
what I
up."
thought. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they came up with a good reason for why the cops don't intervene, because he kept calling them too many times. So it's the boy-
I like that.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that sets up the plot of why he has to make the traps.
Yes.
Unlike future ones that we're gonna get to.
Yeah, but I mean, it's funny. I feel like if you show like these three to like a kid who is unaware,
Hey,
that was the
it's
thing.
News
So we
Network.
were
He
aware
He's
of.
so
Yeah.
like trying to prove to the cops that there was like burglars trying to break in and try and get the chip. But then when he had actual video footage of it, he didn't even show him.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
that
no,
was
he,
weird.
Maybe
he
it didn't
did have
say-
video footage, but
Right.
the crooks took it out
Oh,
and took it.
is that what happened?
Yeah, that's what happened. Because he
Did they get it back somehow?
No, the crooks destroyed it.
Okay.
They like threw it away.
Oh, see, I was too busy saying that's not how parrots talk. I missed that detail.
I mean, I that was like, I'm surprised I actually caught that detail, because other than that, I don't know. I guess I really did like this movie. minus
Again,
the plot. It's fun.
again,
It's fine and
not.
fun.
It's fine and fun. It's not that bad. It's just not as rewatchable as
Kids
the first
News
two.
Network said it was a lot of fun for the entire family, and I said that in a good way.
By the way, that again, the parrot I think is just too much.
Oh my god, he's just like, yeah, you double or nothing.
Yeah, it knows too many references and like it's aware of what they mean. It
Thank
blows
God
up
the
the
mouse
bad
didn't-
guy at the end.
Yeah.
Counting down in 5, 4, 3.
Thank God the rat didn't talk. Doris. I remember. Yeah, the fact that I remember the rat's name was Doris.
Yeah, I don't know why
Yeah,
they
you
went
did
all.
love this movie.
I guess I did.
Why did they go all in on like the wacky animals? Like the first
Hey,
one had the
back
tarantula.
on the back of this one, The rat's wearing a an army hat, and the parrot has like human bug eyes. They're like,
That's terrifying.
I hate this. That's what's. I think the animal sidekicks are what's making me like put it.
By the way,
lower.
there's only one animal in the first one, and that's the tarantula.
Yeah, and then the second one, there's nothing.
Yeah, which fun fact, when Daniel Stern did that scream with the tarantula, he couldn't actually scream because it would like frighten the thing. So he had to do that just like
Oh, really?
with his mouth open, and then he ADR'd the scream later on.
It was a loud scream.
I-
It was a
Like, you
loud
got
scream.
high pitched.
Because like if he would have really screamed, would have like it would have either like scared it, stressed it out, or would have bit him or
I guess
something.
the
Yeah.
animal sidekicks in the second one were the pigeons.
Oh yeah, I guess that's it. The pigeons,
Yeah.
but they weren't like talking
In
pigeons.
this one, the rat, they're like, "Go get him, Doris," and he goes through like the crotch hole
Yeah.
that the guy has, and they hits him, and I'm like, that rat would not. No, actually, no, you can train rats.
You can. That kid's not training a rat. A Hollywood entertainer
no.
who works with animals could train a rat. That kid can't.
Regular pet owners can train rats. They're very smart. They only live 2 years, though. That's the only thing. So, like, I have all this knowledge, and then they're dead. Rat fact.
Thank you for the rat fact check.
You're welcome. I always wanted a pet rat.
But yeah, to this day, people still kind of shit on this one. And it's one of those, like, again, like, if you had a little kid and you just, like, binge these with them,
Oh, I
they
wouldn't-
haven't, like, a kid today hasn't grown up with the hype around these movies. They probably enjoy all three.
I would just show
Yeah.
them 1 through 3.
Yeah.
If I had kids, no, I would not be showing them the later ones.
And I
Maybe
get-
6, not the
I
next.
get-
6,
like-
definitely. I'm not showing 4 and 5 because I'm
No.
not sitting through that.
Well,
No.
well, let's
Ever
save
again.
let's save
No.
it for that. We're almost
No!
But again, like at least it does have a little bit of the John Hughes touch. It's not one of his better films.
I think the setup is good. Like, it just makes
Yeah.
sense. Why
And again,
the
having
traps,
the
traps
editor-
are good.
the editor from the previous two, who's now directing, like he has an idea of how to do these films. It
Yeah.
sucks he didn't get to do it with Joe Pesci and all that.
Yeah.
But
I
that's
feel
not
like
really-
The people do a good job. The crooks are funny.
Yeah.
But the only thing that just takes away from it is like they're so serious at the beginning with like they're trading off the chip with that guy.
Yeah.
And then right when they get to neighbor, it's like, oh, Goofy, feeling fine.
And then I don't like the family as much as Kevin's family.
No.
The two siblings,
Like, they're
his
not
two
as
siblings are
entertaining.
just weird.
Yeah, I don't even think he needed siblings. I don't get
No.
the point. Other
Yeah,
than
he-
Kevin had
just
them.
to pick on him
They're
again.
like, you made
Just
Dad
to-
miss
I
his
guess so.
flight.
Yeah.
You made him miss his flight.
Yeah, I guess they just needed to recycle
And
some stuff.
having him have chicken pox is a good reason for him to be home alone.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
I guess I did like this movie. Not as
Yeah, I
much
think
as-
it's your
not as-
favorite movie of all time.
No. Not as much as 1 and 2 though.
Yeah. But yeah, if you hated this movie originally, I mean, you don't need to watch it, but maybe watch it again. It's not as bad as you
I
remember.
would watch
It's
this
tolerable.
one over others.
Yes. But again, you know, it's not Kevin McAllister, but don't worry, they fixed that.
No!
In Home Alone 4,
No!
Taking Back the House.
No! Oh!
I'll read this one.
Please, I don't wanna.